As many of you guys know, I have been extremely sick, went to the ER 3 times last week. I thought I was dying. But you don't want to hear about that. And what you really want to hear about is maybe some dispatch stuff. And this week was one week that I felt so sad for letting go by. I wanted to talk about so many different topics, deep dive into some stuff that did happen, didn't happen. And we really didn't have much of an opportunity to do that. I am on the recovery road now, I believe. I think I'm about 65, 70% maybe. And I hope and pray that it can continue to feel that way. But one thing that I didn't want to slip by, it's a discussion about Blonde Blazer and Invisigal again. I have been very normal about the situation. I thought that Blonde Blazer was the choice for me. I thought that was the character that I wanted to be with. That's the one that the connection felt the most genuine. And so I went in that direction. I felt that Invisigal had her things. She could be beautiful. She could be good. She could be a fun time, but it wasn't for me. And so I chose Blonde Blazer. And everybody in the comments, or a lot of people in the comments, every time they find out that I chose Blonde Blazer, or they saw my gameplay footage and we talked about Chase and they saw that I was dancing with Blonde Blazer, they were telling me oh, it makes sense. It makes sense why you would do this, because you chose Blonde Blazer, so I can't really take your opinion seriously, or Invisigal is 100% the right choice. And then one thing that people began to point out was this scene right here. So Blonde Blazer dances with Robert, and I thought it was beautiful and awesome, and I loved that scene. And then I see Invisigal over there dancing by herself, kind of, and I knew already that she was gonna glance over, right? I just knew it. She did glance over, and it was sad. It looked sad, and I was like, dang, that's sad. But I not 1 second doubted my choice for Robert. Not 1 second did I think, oh man, I should have been with her. No, it's just it sucks. Sometimes in life you want to be with somebody, and no matter how much you want to be with that person, you just can't be. And whoever that person that you want to be with is with, if they're in a relationship, how do you know that you'll be better for them? You know what I mean? You don't know that. Maybe they found each other and maybe something else awaits you. So maybe Invisigal is still going to find something later on. Where did this love come from? Robert has been fantastic to Invisigal as a friend, as a mentor, trying to help her. And depending on your choices, you can go in many different directions in many different ways. But that's how it's been, and that's how I've kind of taken it. The only reason that we knew that Invisigal really was kind of crazy over Robert was because she had that sexual dream about him. And so people started telling me, if you go and you do the Invisigal choice and you see the way that Blonde Blazer reacted to Robert dancing with Invisigal, you'll see, my man, that Invisigal was the right choice. Okay, let me go look at it. So I go and I look at it, and this is the scene here. Basically, you do the same thing, but Blonde Blazer has her back turned to you, and she doesn't even notice it. She doesn't even turn around. And because of that, we now know that Invisigal was the right choice. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm not trying to fight with you or anything like that, because this community has been kind of wild in terms of what you have called me and the things that you want to fight. You guys want to fight, but no, respectfully, no. That to me doesn't mean anything. To me, that means, and somebody put it greatly. And if I find the comment, I'll share it here. But somebody commented saying, just because Blonde Blazer didn't turn around doesn't mean anything. That just shows maturity in oneself. You realize that the person that you like or want to be with clearly doesn't like you. And so you learn to be mature about it and move on in a quiet way. And you let them have each other. And that's all you can do. It does show some maturity. I do believe that. And then that would basically say that, well, Invisigal is emotionally immature because she doesn't really know how to move on, or she can't move on, or she's having difficulty processing the fact that Robert chose Blonde Blazer. Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. You see Invisigal and you see kind of how she acts. I'm not faulting anybody for choosing Invisigal. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. However, that's why you get the choice, and everyone gets to make it. So for me, Blonde Blazer felt right. If anything, one thing that I wanted to highlight in a discussion video for episode 5 and 6 that I wasn't able to because I got sick was how fun I had with Z-Team, and how the dance scene and everybody being in Robert's apartment felt so good. It felt like the team was bonding. It felt like everybody was happy. It felt like everybody was moving on, and it solidified my choice. The dance scene in episode 6 solidified my choice in choosing Blonde Blazer over Invisigal, because to me, the dance and everything felt so natural. The way Blonde Blazer comes into the apartment, the way that we all start talking, the way we all start dancing and having fun. Robert's having a good time. She's having fun. And then when she pulls Robert into dance and they start dancing, I thought to myself, this is beautiful, man. This is exactly what I wanted. And I felt right then and there, I definitely made the right choice. The way their vibe and their chemistry, they look right together. They feel right together. To me, I had made the perfect choice. There was never no doubt in my mind. And then again, when I saw Invisigal over there and she glanced over, a part of me felt like, oh, that sucked. But you can't live your life trying to please every single body. You can't. You try to be there and be friends with them and try to be respectful to that person. But just because you feel bad for somebody, just because I felt a little bad for Invisigal doesn't mean that I'll be like, okay, Blonde Blazer, I'm not going to be with you because I need to go try to make Invisigal happy. You know, I want her not to be sad. So I go over there and I'm like, hey, Invisigal, let's get together. That would be unfair for me. That would be unfair for everybody because it wouldn't be true. I thought from the moment I saw Blonde Blazer, she was the one. It felt like love at first sight for a video game. I thought, this is my girl. That's it. That's it right there. I'm with her. I'm with everybody. I'm with her. You know what I mean? And just like my guy said in the locker room. Yeah. So the connection has been there. The connection has been strong. Blonde Blazer and Robert have been beautiful the whole time. And the awful hate and attack that Blonde Blazer continues to get is wild. Because I'm not going to say nothing bad about Invisigal. And I'm like full on 100% Blonde Blazer. Again, I'm going to stand 100% here down. I'm going to hold my ground and I'm going to say that I feel that Blonde Blazer was 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% the right choice. Bar none. I have no doubt in my mind. And episode 6 solidified it for me. It just felt right. And then that little kiss that Blonde Blazer gives Robert after, she's walking Chase out, it was awesome. It was like a cute little thing. I can't wait to see more of them. If this is a love story and not a story about revenge for Shroud, if Dispatch was a love story from the very first moment, this was a Blonde Blazer and Robert Robertson story from the very beginning. That's what I believe. That's what I think. And I just wanted to make this video, man. I don't know if it's going to do that good. It's not a theory. It's nothing like that. But this was something that I had on my chest since episode 6 released. And I was so damn sick that I couldn't talk about it right. Blonde Blazer has gotten so much crap. Don't know why. I think she's fantastic. Great written character. Mature. Awesome. Can't wait to see more. If something ends up happening, there's a big twist. And then the Blonde Blazer choice kind of hits you upside the head and you realize you made a mistake, then I will deal with it when it comes. But I find that difficult to believe. And even if it did happen, the emotions that I felt, the emotions that Robert really felt for Blonde Blazer were true. And I think at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.